Hello everyone and welcome to the Spencer McCall Invitational Trophy. It is Hemel Hempstead Town against Barnet Football Club, and it's the first game that we're bringing you live coverage of this season. This game is of course in honour of Spencer McCall, who very sadly lost his life to sarcoma, a very rare form of bone cancer called Ewing sarcoma, and he was a fan favourite at Hemel under Dean Brennan. They had a lovely relationship, and we'll read out Dean Brennan's message if you haven't already seen it on the club's website. It's a very touching message. But I'm here with Sam Fresco, who has kindly joined me here in the press box at Hemel Hempstead for what we hope will be an interesting game. The last game, obviously, Barnet played in a friendly. It was Hitchin Town. I was there for that one. You were there as well.
Was indeed.
We'll touch on that briefly. Game of two halves, I think it's fair to say. Bees ended up winning 3-0 thanks to Reece Brown with a couple of goals, and I think Adam Senior got the third. What a player he's proven to be. So we'll get into all of that. I noticed some of you have already left some comments for us. Howard is in early. Where's the kit announcement, Rory? Well, I can tell you, Howard, that you need to keep your eyes peeled. We need to get Hemel out of the way first, and just keep your eyes peeled as it's all very exciting. But let's just get this out of the way. Patience is a virtue, Howard, so stay with us. So anyway, Sam Fresco, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. It's been a nice summer, but I mean, so happy to be back. Looking forward to the season, and yes, new players, obviously loads of new signings that have come in. Impressed so far was we were both at Hitchin. Senior getting a goal on his first appearance for the club. There's obviously a few of the new boys in the side today, so it's always great to see new players in pre-season.
Yeah, and I was particularly impressed, I have to say, getting straight into it, with Adam Senior, who has been drafted in by Dean Brennan into that back line, came from Halifax, really highly rated, and Halifax fans were like, how have we let this man go? He was such a threat in the box, and he got a deserved goal.
Yeah, he very much in the mould of Danny Collins. Obviously there's been a bit of chat about Danny over the summer, and was he going to stay, was he going to go? I think they may have signed...
That'd be a good song, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know. They may have signed Senior on the basis they may have think Danny may have gone, but to have them both in the side is brilliant, and he gives us such strength in depth. Especially, listen, we lost Addy, we lost Joe Grimwood, obviously, so we've had to strengthen in that position, and we've made some good signings in that position, so there's a lot of competition at centre back now.
Yeah, well, touching on another one, Romilly Critchlow has joined the club. What do you know much about Romilly?
From what I've seen from the back end of last season, I think he played 10 or 11 games towards the back end of last season with Bradford, and was really impressive. For me, it's obviously the Kenlock sort of replacement. He's obviously
mixed up with Kensdale there.
I know,
yeah, too many Kens.
I know, so many. But he left-sided centre-back, could play wing-back if we needed him to, but mainly going to be in that left-sided centre-back role. And I think that's really important for us, because Kenlock out injured, probably going to be out injured for quite some time. So to get them in at that left centre-back role, as we saw at the back end of last season when we missed Kenlock, is a massive miss for us. We kind of had that little wobble at the back end of the season. So I say wobble, wasn't really a massive wobble, but kind of just lost our way slightly, and that was when coincided with Kenlock being injured. So to get Critchlow in, I think is going to be a shoe signing for us.
And another one who impressed me the other day was Bright Seor. Now, I haven't seen much of Bright, but he lived up to his name and was a really bright spark that game. Electric pace, and he's into the squad today as well. What did you make of his performance at Hitchin?
Really impressive. I mean, pre-season, so you can never... And he's also a young kid. I think he's only 17. So he's got a long time ahead to make his way in the game. But just the raw talent, you can see that he's just not afraid. He plays the game like he's just a kid in the playground sort of thing. Didn't seem threatened by anything. Just went by player, just enjoyed himself. There's obviously levels to get to. His decision making will have to improve as time goes on. But you can see that rawness that he's got in him and that threat that he brings. And I think someone with a really, excuse it, but bright future in the game, hopefully.
We've got to ban that.
Yeah, I know.
But sometimes, as I was saying to someone else, there's an open goal there. Sometimes you've got to score those goals.
You do.
Another one into the squad as well, Scott High, one of Dean Brennan's most recent signings, has played in the Championship for Huddersfield, was on loan at Halifax as well, where he did well. What do you know about Scott High, and what did you make of his performance? I think he set up a goal actually, his cross found Adam Senior. What did you make of his
I think today, if you look at the lineup, I think he's probably going to play slightly further forward. Looks like he's going to start in the 10 today, but he played slightly deeper against Hitchin. I think he can do both those roles really well. Again, another one from Halifax. I think Dean touched on the fact that Halifax have that sort of athletic ability which they want to bring in players, but I think with High it's more of his technical ability that we brought him in for. I think he's a real technician of the game, and I think he could bring competition along with Hartigan, which, not that we all know how great Hearts is and how important he is, but there's been that slight lack of depth maybe if he gets out, if he's injured or if he's not available. But I think High could challenge to play next to him as well. That technical ability of having Hearts and High together could be really something special to watch in League 2 next season.
Yeah, I think I was talking to the management staff, the coaching staff, and I think one of them was saying how impressed they were with his fitness levels.
Yeah.
And it's just so integral, isn't it, the fitness levels to this team.
Yeah.
Dean Brennan, I mean, I feel really sorry for some of the players, in fact all of the players really. They've been training so hard in that heat. Ryan Galvin's just walked past us, another new signing for the club. He did really well as well at Hitchin. But yeah, Dean Brennan's regime, I mean, it is tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to Liam, who's obviously in as our sports scientist, physio sort of role, and he wasn't here for pre-season last season, so this is his first pre-season with the club as well, and that's made a massive factor. I spoke to him and he said, I think we've run 58k in our first week back in pre-season, which is like massive, absolutely massive. So they're putting them through their paces, but we all know in the long term how important that will be. You've got to be the fittest, the way that Brennan gets his teams going. You've got to be able to run. It's the first part of it. You've got to be able to run, and so fitness is really important. And yeah, it's been a tough pre-season. Been privileged enough to go down to a couple of training sessions now, and even before and after games, you see after games they're making them run as well. I wouldn't want to run after just playing a game, and they're making them run a lot, so it will all work out in the long term. They'll be good.
Yeah, exactly right. And Reece Brown, I mean, he was a class act at Hitchin, wasn't he? We know exactly what Reece Brown is about. We've seen that last season, and a fit Reece Brown is a very dangerous Reece Brown. Now in the EFL, Brown does have EFL pedigree, so just how important is he going to be to the team this season?
I think really important. I think his experience is really important. He'll bring a calmness to the side. I think we've got a lot of young players in that position with Brunt. I mean, Brunty's now experienced, but still young, steady, young. Obviously, they've all got experience, but Brownie's got slightly more experience. And he was really, really good against Hitchin. I actually think we might see him play up top today, by the looks of it. Obviously, in Love out injured at the minute, so Brownie brings that option of being able to play up top, and he does it plays it really, really well. So yeah, another really good technician. I think will be very important next season for us as well.
Those tricky feet winning that the penalty for the second goal, I mean, just unbelievable really watching that. I know it's with the greatest respect, I understand it's Hitchin Town, but still. Of
course, you can't buy class. He just has something about him where I remember Dagenham last season, and he came on away at Dagenham and he changed that game. Him and Idris came on at half time in that game actually, and they changed the game massively. And he's just got that ability where you trust him with the ball. Like, you just trust him that when he's in front of goal, you believe he's going to score. And I think that's such a massive asset to have.
I'm sure we'll see that classic drop of the shoulder as well a few times on this 4G pitch. By the way, 4G pitch. I don't know how I feel about 4G pitches. I mean, our stadium now, our pitch is obviously unbelievable, and it's just looking at it as well. The sun-soaked Hive. Looking at it this week, I mean, it's just a sight to behold, really, isn't it? That pitch.
Yeah,
and it's so integral to the way we play.
The work they've done over the years to get it to where it's got is so important. As you say, it's the way we want to play. We want to play that fast, aggressive football, but you've got to have the pitch to do it. Like we've seen last season, we had to go away to grounds and play a different style of play. We had to go a bit more long, and that's where Love became so important for us. But he was really important in games as well at home. Like, that pitch is so important. It helps us play. I'm sure we'll see some good football today on the pitch. You can't complain about Astro. The only thing you complain about is it might be a bit slow when you're trying to pass. It sometimes gets caught up, but you'd hope the pitches run smoothly. Because I remember Tamworth last season. That wasn't a great Astro. That really slowed us down, and it took a moment of magic really, with Owen making the save, going up the other end, and Brunty picking out steady and volleying it. I mean,
exactly right. And in actually Owen's pre-season interview, he told me that was his favourite moment, Tamworth away. So definitely up there. Let's take through the team news then. For the Bees, the full squad. First half, it's going to be Owen Evans in goal. Adam Senior, Ollie Kensdale and Danny Collins will make up that back three. We'll have Glover over on the left-hand side. We'll have Bright Seal on the right. We've got Matejko and Scott High as well operating in those number 10 roles. And of course up front, as you said, it is going to be Mr. Reece Brown. What do you make of that side?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of experience in there, a lot of new signings in there. Matejko obviously getting some minutes as well, Bright Seal. So there's a lot of excitement in this team.
Well, players are coming out now for the Spencer McCall Invitational Trophy. Thanks very much to those who are joining us. I think Bruce has said here, commentary of a pre-season game. That's an unexpected bonus. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, really trying to ramp up the media coverage, of course, this season as part of our mission.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Focus Community Arena as your Tudors take on Barnet.
A few trialists will be playing, of course, in the second half. We'll take you through the second half squad shortly as well. But lest we forget that this is a game in honour of Spencer McCall. He's a talented footballer who very sadly lost his life after battling Ewing sarcoma.
In goal, Owen Evans, Adam Senior, Ollie Cansell, Danny Colling.
I've just heard the announcer say Danny Colling. What do you make of that, Sam?
Yeah, not the way to pronounce the name, I guess. But I mean,
that's a new one.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the first time Danny may have heard that one before.
Dear, oh dear. Well, anyway, Dean Brennan showed a very heartfelt message about Spencer McCall ahead of the friendly today. He said, this Saturday's game against Hemel is always an extremely special day for me and all the Tudor army. We have always used this game to celebrate Spencer's life, and we'll do the same again this Saturday. As a player, he was a technician with an excellent football brain. He had that Pires style about him. His football IQ was class. Spenny was always looking to improve all aspects of his game. He was a joy to manage, and I know you're looking down on us right now, questioning my tactics and our playing style, and there's no doubt you are right, son. Spenny, you are always in our thoughts and prayers. We love and miss you. So a very touching message there from the gaffer about Spencer McCall, who sadly lost his life in 2021. And all ticket proceeds from this game are going to Sarcoma UK. So it's all for a great cause. Of course, last season in this, it's an annual trophy. So in the last fixture, the Bees won 3-1, and we're going to have a moment here to honour Spencer. As applause rings out Vauxhall Road on a drizzly day here in Hemel, Hempstead. Applause ringing out for Spencer McCall, just 26 years of age. Well, it's Hemel Hempstead. Finley Wilkinson actually recently departed Barnet for Hemel Hempstead. So best of luck to him at his new club.
Yeah, 100%. He obviously signed last season. He was actually really impressive in pre-season last season for us. Had a few loans, and hopefully he goes and smashes it now at Hemel. So yeah, good luck to him for the season.
Right, we shall start our stopwatch as well. No need. There's already one there.
I think we're all good.
Sam's multitasking today. He's helping us out. Now, there's a familiar face playing for Hemel Hempstead today, in the shape of Mauro Valletti.
Legend,
yeah.
Legend.
You just know he's going to score, don't you?
That Gator game will forever be in our memory. What a day that was.
Hemel Hempstead are going to be getting us underway here, kicking from right to left from where we are. We're right next to the players as well. All the second half players are seated on the benches to our left, watching on. So Hemel Hempstead with Michael Johnson, Samuel Adenola, Darian Doric, Kyle Ajayi, Mauro Valletti, Matthew Achuba, Adi Aziz, Joe White. Charlie Rowan has pulled out due to an injury that occurred in the warm-up. Jordan Thompson and Isaiah Noel Williams, and there is a trialist who's actually replaced Charlie Rowan as we are underway here.
Looks like Senior started at the left of the back three here.
And here he is on a mazy run going forward, plays a ball over the top towards the left-hand side for Glover, but there's too much on it, and it goes out for a throw in right by the corner flag on that far side. Hell of a run from Adam Senior, that wasn't it?
He's just, like I said, he's got that ability to step out and play into midfield, which is so important with the way our centre-backs overlap or underlap, depending on what we need to do. It's so important they're able to carry that ball up the pitch.
Throw-in is taken and headed straight out of play by Senior, who was involved early on straight away. It's only a young man, is Adam Senior.
Captain Halifax as well last season.
Adam Junior.
Yeah.
If you will.
Having captained Halifax last season, so to get a captain of a National League club really shows how important that could be for us.
Owen Evans shows some tricky feet once again to get away from the approaching Hemel Hempstead attacker. That was Isaiah Noel Williams, who was chasing Owen Evans down, but he showed his signature composure there. Here's Adam Senior now, just on the halfway line on the far side, short pass into Hartigan, wearing number 18. Hartigan tries a through ball into Reece Brown, but it goes all the way to the goalkeeper, Michael Johnson, who has it in his hands now. Richard Rolfe says, good to hear you again. Look forward to listening throughout the new season. Let's hope for another successful season. Absolutely. Amen to that, Richard. And thanks for tuning in today. Let us know where you're watching or listening from. Well, listening, not watching, because there's not much to watch. It's only a graphic that just says live commentary on YouTube, so not a great deal to watch. Let us know what you're doing. You're doing the ironing. Long ball played up towards Hemel. Player tries a long ball over the top towards Noel Williams, but it falls kindly for Owen Evans, who holds on to it. Ball played over to the left-hand side with Adam Senior. Short pass into Glover, just on the halfway line, forced backwards. Plays a square ball to Danny Collinge. Danny Collinge moving forward now, plays a short pass into Bright Seor on the right-hand side, tries to beat his man, and he has beaten his man. That's great work from Bright Seor, but he's forced backwards just on this near side, lays it off to Scott High, I beg your pardon. Here is High, just outside the penalty area, gets a ball early on into the box, but it's straight out of play and out for a goal kick. But a few decent early signs, Sam.
Yeah, like I said, both teams just working themselves into the game. You could see us trying to knock the ball around the back, as we always do, trying to find the wide areas. Scott High getting high in advance of his midfield partners there. So, yeah, we know how we're going to play. We know which system and how we want to play. It's about the new boys trying to get in there and learn and understand how the system will be. And I think there'll be an adaptation period for that, especially going into League Two. There's been a lot of new signings. So it'll be interesting to see how they adapt.
Indeed it will. A couple more comments. Barnet Entel, Start Ole, says Nick Keys, Jarnet 123, Rory and Fresk, the dream combo. Too kind. The gruesome twosome, whatever you want to call us.
I wonder who made that comment.
Do you know this person?
I believe it's Jake Aspis.
Jake Aspis. The infamous Jake Aspis, is that?
Correct.
Here's Owen Evans just with the ball inside his box. Plays a short pass out to Senior. Onto the left-hand side with new boy Manny Osadibi. What do you make of Manny Osadibi?
You know what, from what I've seen from him so far, I've been really impressed by him. Brings something slightly different to that midfield. He played at Forest Green last season, sometimes played at right wing back. But I think his main role will be in midfield for us this season. Yeah, really impressive.
Well, here he is now. Great strength from Osadibi to drive forward past the halfway line. Still Osadibi with the ball. Somehow manages to keep onto it. Kind deflection, gets one across him with his left. Scott High just couldn't get hold of it, and it's cleared away only as far. And the shot came in, but it was easily held by Johnson. Here's Osadibi. Well, I say that, but the ball is loose. Bees win it back in midfield. Oh, but it's a poor ball out in the end from Matejko. And here come Hemel down the left-hand side. Danny Collins might see this out. He has down this near side, and it's a throw-in. And quite a difficult vantage point from here to see exactly what's going on, but looks like a throw-in that Bright Saw has got in his hands. Saw takes one too high, gets it back, does Saw. Has he fouled his man? Yeah, he has, and he's committed a cheap free kick for Hemel Hempstead, which Mauro Valetti has at his feet, just on this near side. And he can get this one into the box if he so chooses. Raises his hand, does Valetti. In it comes with his right. Great header away by Danny Collins. It's back in towards the box. The shot comes in, but there's a foul there. And Barnet win a free kick in their own box, and the danger is averted. Bit of a cheap free kick there, given away by Bright Seal. Maybe a bit of naivety there.
Yeah, that's the sort of stuff that he'll need to learn over the time as time goes on. But as we saw before, though, when he went on that run, you can see what positives he does bring to the side and what that rawness and that directness can do for us.
We understand, though, he is highly rated by the management staff, so it'll be interesting to see how he is used this season. Evans has the ball at his feet. Drills one through the middle, but that's not the best kick he'll ever make, and Hemel win it back in midfield. Ball played down the left, but Kensdale deals with it, and it falls kindly for Matejko, but he's easily tackled there. Who's going to win the loose ball?
I would like to just quickly maybe touch on the weather. What is this for?
Yeah, we've been spoiled, haven't we, recently? Here comes Valetti. Now on the left-hand side. Oh, it's in! It's a freak goal for Hemel Hempstead. Owen Evans was caught completely cold in his near post. And as the goal music rings out for possibly the worst goal I've ever seen, that's really disappointing there from Owen Evans.
Yeah, really disappointing. I mean, I think he's just been caught out there. The cross was bad, and he's expecting the ball to go into the middle, and it just hasn't. He's miskicked it, and it's gone in the near post, and find ourselves 1-0 down.
For the Tudors, scored by number 3, Darian Dowridge.
We should make a move.
Yeah, Darian Dowrich with the goal there. It was sort of left-footed cross. It was almost like a miss kick. I think it didn't look very intentional.
No, I think he's miskicked that, and unfortunately, it's just caught everybody. Or it's caught Owen out in goal. Really, he was expecting it to go into the box, and it's just gone in the near post. You won't see many goals like that this season.
Yeah, and hopefully that will be the last time we see that kind of goal. Really disappointing. Here is Osadibi though, and he and Brown get in each other's way, but there was an infringement there, says the referee. They try and take the free kick quickly, but too quickly for the referee's liking, and they're going to have to take this again. So Hemel Hempstead Town 1, Barnet 0 through slightly odd circumstances, I think, and let's hope we never see a goal like that again this season.
Get it out of the way early doors in games that are non-competitive.
Here's Osadibi, now Collins. Collins feeds high, first time ball out wide to Sior. All in the final third here, and there's a long range shot taken by Anthony Hartigan that goes high and wide, and it's a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead. So Darian Dowrich with the goal for Hemel Hempstead, who lead the Bees by 1-0 in the Spencer McCall Invitational Trophy, and don't think Owen Evans will be putting that in his highlight reel.
Absolutely not. Well, not his finest moment.
Of course, generally very, very positive news that he has decided to come back to the Bees. Great player last season, key component of the title win, and a risk that Dean Brennan took to offload Nick Hayes and bring in Owen Evans, and it ultimately paid off. Here is Evans now. Let's hope that doesn't dent his confidence. Bees playing it around at the back, but loose, and Hemel win it back high up the pitch. coming forward now down that right-hand side. Cross comes in and it's overhit, and it's a goal kick to Barnet. But some loose play, uncharacteristically loose play from the Bees in their own defensive third. And I think they need to maybe a little bit rocked by that early goal. I know it's just a friendly, but I think they're slightly rocked by that strange early goal.
Yeah, no, it was a really weird goal to give away, to be honest with you. Just came out of absolutely nothing. But we've kept possession well so far in the first 11 minutes, and it's about finding the rhythm of the game.
It's back with Evans now. Evans goes long towards Bright Sewer over the top. Is Sewer going to reach this? No, he isn't. The ball is too long and bounces kindly for the Hemel shot stopper. Rolls it out to Joe White. Here's a Jai. Now White, all in the Hemel half, as he comes forward on the right-hand side. Tries to feed Aziz, but it's intercepted, and Kensdale plays a nice ball forward towards Scott High. Scott High just inside the penalty area, goes for the shot, and it's a decent save in the end, who got down quickly to his left, did Michael Johnson. And a good effort from Scott High and a nice through ball played there by Ollie Kensdale. First shot on target, I think, for the Bees so far. Kensdale playing a through ball and finding Scott High, whose effort was saved. Osadibi plays it back to Kensdale, lays it off towards Adam Senior. Senior drives forward as he lays it off to Ryan Glover on that far side. Glover taking on his man down the left. But he's actually been intercepted, and Hemel win it back. Hemel coming forward now just on the halfway line, played over to the right hand side with Aziz. Aziz gets his pass wrong, and it falls kindly for Owen Evans again. Scott High with a loose pass to Danny Collins, but Collins rescues it, and here's Osadibi. All inside the Bees half at the moment. Hartigan looking for the run of Sewer, but instead goes short to Osadibi, who goes in turn back to Owen Evans as the Bees try and regain some control. But Hemel looking quite lively, I would say.
Yeah, I think these games are really important for the new signings, because it's all about learning those channels and how to make those runs and not to block each other's lanes off, really. I've seen a couple of times where Osadibi and High aren't quite sure where to go with their underlapping runs, and that's something that they'll just pick up on as the season goes on. I think we saw it as the season went on last season. Just got progressively better as the season went on, so it's one of those.
Well, exactly right. I mean, exactly, this is what these games are for, as the new team tries to gel.
You also see High and Osadibi switching quite a bit between the 10s and the 6.
Hartigan's just megged Mauro Valetti there, a bit of disrespect to the former beat. And here's Danny Collins inside the Hemel half, who was the last touch off. Apparently a Hemel player. Collins takes the throw in right in front of us here in the media area, short to Anthony Hartigan. Plays it back to Kensdale, and the Bees start again from the back. Here's High just on the centre circle. Collins makes a good run through the middle. Oh, he's found Osadibi. Osadibi through on goal here. And Michael Johnson does really well to claim that. Good run from good link-up play from Osadibi and Danny Collins there, but the pass was just too overcooked, and Osadibi couldn't make it.
That's the sort of runs you'd want from your 10s and your 6s, like Osadibi just did there. And again, that's exactly what these games are for. They'll look back on them and show them exactly when to make those runs, because the timing of it is so important.
Here is Collins again for the Bees. Now Osadibi, who is quite heavily involved so far. Here's Scott High running down this right-hand side. Plays a ball across towards Reece Brown down the centre, who's surely been fouled. And that is a foul. And it's going to be a free kick to the Bees right on the edge of the D here. It's quite a central position. But that was a good pass from Scott High into Brown, who made a good run centrally. And again, feet too fast, tripped right on the edge of the area. And it's a chance possibly for Anthony Hartigan to have a shot on goal.
It's Hartigan territory, isn't it?
Definitely so. He's not bad from a dead ball. But it's so far, after 15 minutes, Hemel Hempstead Town 1, Barnet 0, thanks to a freak goal, really, that caught Owen Evans at his near post. We saw one of those actually in a clip in a behind closed doors friendly as well with the trialist keeper. I don't know what it is about these types of goals. It was against Sheffield, I think.
Yeah, it was.
And the trialist keeper got caught out as well. There must be something in the air. Anyway, it is going to be Hartigan to line one up. It's quite a relatively central, slightly right. He lines up the shot, and that is a fantastic free kick from Anthony Hartigan, right into the top right-hand corner. And that is what he does. It's a brilliant, brilliant free kick. And it's Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 1. Take a bow, Anthony Hartigan. I know it's just a pre-season friendly, but that is an outstanding free kick. Keeper had no chance there, right into that top corner from a free kick. Top bins, I think that's fair to say, Sam.
I mean, we said it was Hartigan only, didn't we?
From the edge of the D, from the edge of the centre circle. The penalty area. Hemel restart now, and it's back with the goalkeeper. Plays one forward, Ryan Glover touches one down for Hartigan. Hartigan intercepted, but it's fallen kindly for College on the halfway line. Here's Adam Senior driving on the left-hand side, plays the ball over to Glover on the far side, driving at his man. Can he get a cross in? Instead lays it off short, back to Senior. Here is Hartigan. Senior again, Hartigan again, back to Senior again. He's not going to pass it back yet. Hartigan again. Now Glover. Hartigan lofts one forward, but the Bees lose possession there, and Hem will come away with it now. That's a good play there. Here's a Jai. Now a Tuba for Hemel. Just inside the Hemel half, now on the right-hand side. Great flick on there towards Valetti, and Hemel come forward now. Valetti tries the through ball in towards Aziz, but it was just too heavy, and it falls kindly for the Bees' defence. Here's Osadibi now, bringing Barnet forward again. Adam Senior and Osadibi heavily involved. Now Collins on the halfway line. Hartigan. Now Brown. Lays it off to Collins. Now Scott High on this right-hand side. Drives forward, does High. Oh, he tried to feed Brown, but he got the pass all wrong. But he has managed to close down the clearance, and it's a throw into Hemel Hempstead in their own half on this near side. I have to say the Tudors look quite dangerous on the transition. He's got to keep an eye out for that. Saul rises for the header. Hem will try and get it forward, but it's cleared up by Ryan Glover, who goes safely back to Evans. Evans plays it out to Kensdale. Here's Senior inside the Bees half. Hem will win it back, high up the pitch. Here comes Dowrich, the goal scorer. Lays it off to Noel Williams, who claims that he was fouled, but nothing given, and Brown can come away with it for the Bees now. Here's Collins. Still inside the Bees half. Now Adam Senior driving forward. Hartigan just on the halfway line. Still Hartigan. Plays a short pass square to Ollie Kensdale. Now Senior. All inside the Hemel half. Every player pretty much apart from Kensdale and Evans camped inside the Hemel half. That's a classic high line that Dean Brennan loves so much. Here is Scott High. Bees just playing it patiently around the halfway line. Hartigan. Bees gaining control back of this match. Now Kensdale. Dean Brennan vociferous on the touchline as ever. Doesn't matter that it's a friendly. He is barking orders. Now Glover. Scott High for the Bees. Plays it to the right-hand side with Bright Saw, but he takes his eye off the ball. And it's out for a Hemel Hempstead throw. Just on this near side. Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 1. A freak goal from Darian Dowrich, who sort of miskicked a cross into the near post. I know caught Owen Evans completely cold. And Anthony Hartigan equalising from a brilliant free kick that we've come to expect from him into the top right-hand corner. Michael Johnson had no chance with that one. Here's Danny Collins driving forward for the Bees. Tries to find Brown in a pocket of space, but it was well intercepted in the end by Jai. Plays it forward with his left, but gets that one wrong, and it's gone out for a throw-in in the Bees' half. 1-1 in the Spencer McCall Invitational Trophy. Once again, this game is obviously being played in honour of Spencer McCall, who was a player under Dean Brennan and sadly passed away at the age of just 26 due to Ewing sarcoma diagnosis. A rare form of bone cancer, and all proceeds are going to Sarcoma UK from this game. Here come Hemel Hempstead driving forward now. It's Aziz. Gets his feet tangled, and Osadibi wins it back very well there inside his own penalty area. Back with Osadibi now. Fees Glover, there was a handball by a Hemel player there. Bees take the free kick quickly. Hartigan tries to find Saw on the right-hand side, but Saw wasn't high up the pitch enough to get there, and it's easily intercepted, and Hemel Hempstead have the ball back. Owen Evans punches away a deep cross there, rescued by Maravaletti, who lets it go out for a throw-in. Hemel knocking it around in their own area, just on the halfway line. It's down that right-hand side now. It's back with a trialist wearing number 18. Ball played forward towards Aziz, and Aziz could dink one into the box, but the linesman finally flags for offside. Great goal, says Gerard Owen. I don't know if you're saying that because of our description or whether you're here and also listening to the commentary. Kentaro, long-time listener, Kentaro is listening from Japan. Welcome, Kentaro. And Piano Discordian, also a fan of the commentary. Greetings from Sydney. Great to have the commentary back online again. By the way, do keep an eye out. Obviously, news to come regarding streaming this season. Obviously, lots of work going on behind the scenes with that stuff. So do keep your eyes peeled. Work is still undergoing. Here's Adam Senior. Anthony Hartigan plays it forward to Osadibi. Osadibi tries the ball forward towards Brown. Takes a good touch just inside the penalty area. Can he get it under control? Lays it off brilliantly for Osadibi. Tries one with his left, just on the edge of the area, but it was really well blocked. That was good link-up play, and I've been really impressed with Osadibi so far. Yeah, he definitely brings something different to that midfield, which we may have been lacking, and he'll be really big for us next season. I feel like the key thing was having strength and depth, and I think so far we've got that. I still think we'll probably be active in the market, mainly more in the forward positions. I think we've solidified definitely our defence. We might add a couple more in midfield, but I'd imagine the attacking areas, and maybe depending on what we want to do with Bright, I'd assume we'll probably send him out on loan, but we might look to get maybe one more wing back in there. Miscommunication between Hartigan and Collins, and the free kick is intercepted. Here's Dowrich driving forward for Hemel, but that cross is absolutely wild. He's perhaps hoping for lightning to strike twice there, but it certainly didn't.
Yeah, that was a missed kick the other way. That was too much on it.
No, I think if Owen Evans was to get beaten twice, I think he might be transferred back out again.
I mean, I know Owen's made that mistake, but absolutely massive. We've got to be in for next season on a permanent. I know there was at the end of last season he didn't have a baby, but his wife had a baby, and that obviously was.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, just in case people weren't sure, but so to get him in the deal over the line, to bring him on a permanent. For me, him and Love were massive reasons why we went on to win that league last season.
Brilliant touch from Osadibi as he's driving forward. Oh, he just gets the pass wrong with his left, but he's still managed to get the ball under control. He's crowded out by 2 Hemel players, and he has committed a foul in the end. Great work initially from Osadibi to drive the piece forward through the central line, but he got that final part just a bit wrong. But you can definitely see what he's all about. And it's interesting. Midfielders that come to Barnet from other clubs tend to get bad reps. Mark Shelton, Dale Gorman at the time, and Osadibi as well, getting slightly negative reactions from other clubs saying, surprised that he's getting a league move, etc., etc. And they turn out to be really shrewd pieces of recruitment.
The thing with Osadibi as well is he's come from Forest Green, so they play a completely different style of play to the way we want to play. Obviously, last season under Cottrell, they were more about getting in and defending and playing in both boxes, whereas we like to play through midfield, play through the lines. So it's difficult to judge someone from what they've done. Brunty, when he signed for us, came from Bourne Wood. Historically more defensive side, but we didn't see maybe the best of his game at Bourne Wood, but you see the aspects and the principles of what he's got, and that's why it's so important you just trust the management and their recruitment and what they can see in players, even if they play in different sort of styles from the teams that we've signed them from.
Hemel win it back in midfield, and here's the trialist for Hemel, plays it back to his centre-back, and here's Ajay on the left-hand side, plays it forward to Mauro Valetti, who looks sharp as ever, to be honest with you. Mauro. Great play there from Aziz. Over to the right-hand side, can Hemel get a cross in? It's Ryan Glover who's managed to do really well there to stop Adinola getting the cross in on that far side. And the ball is played across, and Hemel lose the ball, and the Bees have a chance to launch a counter-attack now. It's 3-on-3, and here's Scott High, plays it on to the left-hand side here with Matejko. It's still Matejko, plays it short, and here's Glover. Bit of a waste that in the end, but here's Glover as they still come in. Brown rises for the cross, and I think he's caught the goalkeeper who's gone down, and it's a free kick to the Tudors. Mick Charlton says, great to hear the commentary team. Tony WK says, listening from North Sentinel Island. Where's North Sentinel Island? I'm going to look that up. North Sentinel Island.
I think that's real, is it?
That is an island, a protected area of India. North Sentinel Island is one of the Andaman Islands, an Indian archipelago in the Bay of Bengal. Wow, sounds very exotic. Not exactly Hemel. But thanks for tuning in, Tony. We don't really see that many counter-attacks from Barnet, do we? Generally speaking, because of the way that we play, dominating the ball.
Yeah.
But it's always exciting, a counter-attack, isn't it? And I'd personally like to see a bit more of it.
It'll be interesting next season with the way last season we were a scout for a lot of teams. This season it will be slightly different in that regard. It will be we're looking to we will be the underdogs in most games, and that will be a massive difference to what it was last season, where we were the big scout for everybody. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes slightly the way we play.
Peter says, greetings from Bodmin in Cornwall. Come on, the Bees. Thanks for tuning in, Peter. Familiar names here. And it's Brightsaw who's got the ball in his hands for a throw-in inside his own half. Taking his time is Brightsaw. Throws it. Bit of a dodgy throw, that, to be honest. Osadibi didn't manage to win it, but the Bees have it back, but it's actually intercepted high up the pitch once again by Noel Williams. And I've been quite impressed with their number 9, Aziz, as well. He's been a bit of a thorn in the Bees' side so far. Quite a quick, energetic player. But here come Barnet on the left-hand side now. played short to Hartigan. Ball played over the top towards Reece Brown, who must be offside, but he's decided to let it go anyway because he can't reach it, and it's a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead. Hemel player hits his own man there, just on the centre circle. And Hemel have it at the back now. And Osadibi's intercepted it high up the pitch, and the Bees could punish Hemel here if they're quick about it, but Hemel get back in their shape pretty quickly. But it is Brightsaw over on the right hand side. Heavy touch though from Brightsaw, and you can see there perhaps that quality just isn't quite there yet from Brightsaw.
You can just see he's got those raw attributes of what he's got. It's just those cleaning up in and around the final third I think will be really important to his game. But he's such a young kid that he was a big part in the academy doing really well last season as well. So definitely one for the future. And with the regulations next season in the EFL, he might end up staying around because the regulations are different to what they were in the EFL in the National League.
Football Sloth says, what is the score? Rory just started listening. I can tell you that it's Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 1. Hemel scored first from a freak goal, and Hartigan equalised with a brilliant free kick. So it is Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 1. John Kennedy listening from Tracy Island. Is that another one? What are all these islands? I'm going to have to keep looking these ones up. He's having me on. It's the secret headquarters of the International Rescue Organisation in Thunderbirds. I didn't know that. I mean, I used to watch Thunderbirds as a kid, but I don't remember anything about it, to be honest. So Tracy Island, John Kennedy, thanks for that. Long ball played up, Kensdale wins the header. Powerful header forward, but it's going to go out for a throw into the Bees on the far side in their own half. Yeah, Thunderbirds are go, says Jim. Bees are loose in possession in their own half there, but they get away with it, and they manage to win a throw on the far side with Ryan Glover. Here's Osadibi. Dinked across brilliantly there to Collins, and Collins drives the Bees forward, showing a great turn of pace as Valetti busted a gut to try and catch up with him. It's played through to Seor, but again he's not going to get there, and it's shepherded out for a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead. Passing just hasn't been quite right in that final third, has it? Yeah,
we've just been a bit off it, just been slightly off it. But again, it's so early into pre-season, so it's about just for the boys, it's about just getting into a rhythm of playing again.
In this exact same fixture last season in the Spencer McCall Trophy, it was Nicky Kabamba who scored a hat-trick to actually win that game 3-1. So that scoreline still could happen. Of course, it will be a completely changed side for the second half, which we'll talk to you about soon. The goal kick is headed forward by Senior, but Hemel win the ball back. And here comes the trialist. Now a tuber for Hemel. Plays it forward to Adenola. Back on the right-hand side. Now it's the trialist. Forced backwards by the high press of the Barnet players. Matejko there doing his job. Here's Ajay. Oh, that's a poor pass from Ajay. Brightsaw has won it back. Good work from him. Again, a heavy touch, but actually the referee says he's been fouled. And Barnet have a set piece inside the Hemel Hempstead half, just on this near side and an opportunity perhaps to for Hartigan to whip one in. I've seen so many good goals like that. So it is going to be Anthony Hartigan just on this near side. Raises both hands, whips one in with his right. Oh, and it was, I think, Adam Senior who was coming in there with the header. He slightly missed it, but the last touch has actually come off a Hemel player, and it's going to be a Barnet corner on that far side. I think that might be the first corner of the game. So it's going to be Hartigan with this corner on the far side. In it comes from Hartigan. It's headed away, but it's still in the box. Lumped forward. Matejko tries to win it on the edge of the area. It's hooked away, but Sure just about manages to keep the ball alive for Barnet. Osadibi into Danny Collins. Quick turn from him, but he's been flagged offside. Good idea from Osadibi and Collins as the ball was played into a pocket of space in the penalty area. Collins with a quick snapshot, but it was blocked anyway, and he was flagged offside. And it's a Hemel Hempstead free kick in their own penalty area. What do you make of proceedings so far, Sam?
Yeah, I think it's been a positive first half. Obviously, to go 1-0 down is never ideal, even in friendly games. But since then, I think we've recovered well. Like I said, there's so many new players in the side. It's all about adapting to the way we want to play, adapting to each other, building some links up with each other, understanding each other's way of and how they want to play. So it's always positive in pre-season. So it's so difficult because you're only going to get 45 minutes as well, and the players know that. But it's just good to get a run out for the boys. And against good opposition as well.
Yeah, lest we forget, this is a National League South side, so the quality of the lower leagues has just improved tenfold.
Massively.
In recent years. I mean, it's just incredible. As Nick Tavares, the fine shape of Nick Tavares, walks past us. Here's Danny Collins. Plays it to Scott High, who's been a little quiet recently, despite being quite involved in the initial proceedings. Brightshaw is... I think out-muscled there, fair to say, and it's a throw into Hemel Hempstead.
What I love about Bright so far is he's just, even if he gets knocked over, he'll just keep going. He's not afraid to keep going even if he gets knocked over, and that's such a positive thing. Some players can be disheartened by that. Sounds like a song. Yes, it does.
I get knocked down and I get up again.
It does indeed. And it's just something that I really like about him.
Yeah, as you say, raw Sure. John Kennedy has apologised for his little jibe. It's all right, all is forgiven, John. All is forgiven. But feel free to tip us. It's £10 to make jokes like that. Someone else says, well, 361J says, listening in from the island of Ireland. Brackets, don't worry, it's real. I know full well. I went to Galway very recently and then Dublin on a little trip. I know all about Ireland, don't you worry, and so does Dean Brennan. So does Connor Smith.
Indeed.
And Manny Osadibi as well, another Irish national. Here he is now. Good timing.
Yeah, it feels like we lacked Irish nationals in the first team last season.
We need Irish representation. Obviously Del Gorman as well previously.
Yeah.
Kensdale plays it through to Scott High, who's moved over to the left-hand side, but he just gets that through ball wrong. Again, that passing in the final third just hasn't been quite right, and he's been sort of loose in possession. Compare that to the Hitchin game the other day, where obviously lesser opposition, but things just seem to click a little better, I think, in that Hitchin game.
Yeah, especially in that first half as well. In the Hitchin game, we were really impressive. Second half, obviously, you make the changes, a lot changes, but to be fair, the squad in the second half today is looking like a strong team as well, and some players we're looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say in the Hitchin game, it was a game of two halves, and the second half was it won't live long in the memory.
No,
I think
it won't.
I know it's only a friendly, but you know, it wasn't the most entertaining spectacle, I don't think. But it's all experimentation at this point. And I'm sure in the second half we'll see the likes of Ollie Hawkins, Tavares, Critchlow and others. And we'll take you through that full team at half-time Here's Hartigan. Brightsaw looked to make a good run on this near side, but instead he goes short. So Matejko has moved over to this right-hand side now. Glover tries a first time through ball, but again it's loose and it's going to fall kindly for the Hemel Hempstead goalkeeper.
I think so far Osadebe and High have been really impressive. Probably the most influential players so far. We haven't really seen much of Glover, haven't really seen much of Brown yet, but them two in particular have been really impressive.
Here comes Aziz for Hemel, just inside the penalty area on that far side. Can he find a yard for a cross? He dinks one into the box. Collins heads it away, and Osadebe deals with the danger as well, and Glover can take the bees forward. Now, here's High. Now Adam Senior, can he get the bees forward? That's a poor pass. It's well intercepted, and it's a throw-in to the bees in their own half, just on that far side where the McDonald's Hemel Hempstead Town family stand is.
It's making me hungry, that is.
It really is. There's no product placement here on the Barnet Football Club commentary feed, but I could definitely do with some grub, with some non-specific nuggets. A large Mac. Here's Hartigan, just on the halfway line. Now Collins. Now Matejko. Brown. Patient stuff from the bees at the moment. Senior lays it off to Osadebe. Osadebe, can he find Glover? Glover just inside the penalty area on the left-hand side, pulls it back perfectly for Reece Brown. Great move, and it's a goal for Barnet. Fantastic move there, and just like that, the bees turned on the style, and it's Reece Brown once again. Great link-up play there between Osadebe, Glover, and Reece Brown. And Brown with a clinical finish there past Michael Johnson, and the bees have turned this one on its head. It's Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 2. What did you make of that move?
Yeah, getting Glover in behind, doing really well, as we know what Glover can do, and it's a really clever move from Brown. Instead of going in under the post, he comes, just pulls himself back, and it's just a little lay back, and he's there 6 yards out to put the bees 2-1 up.
And you can just see there that when the bees fancy it and when they get their moment, they are as dangerous as anyone. And that was really lethal, the way that they just turned that on from really nothing. Just a few passes, pass and move, pull it back, brilliant pullback from Glover. And Brown was never really going to miss from there. It was a more difficult one than the one he scored against Hitchin, which was an absolute open goal. But it's actually shades of that first Hitchin goal.
Yeah. It's the sort of move we like to make.
I think it's just 3 passes essentially, really. Here comes Glover again for the bees as they look to maybe get a third before half time. Still Glover, just on that far side. Can he find a yard for a cross? Has he overrun it, or is it a corner? He has overrun it, and it's a goal kick for the Tudors. JC says, listening from West York's Gillingham fan board, think you'll be top 7 this season. Saw you a couple of times last season. Decent side. So we're getting praise from opposition fans. Ollie Hawkins, of course, coming from Gillingham. Let us know if you're still listening, JC, what you make of Ollie Hawkins. We've had a lot of positive comments from Gills fans about Ollie Hawkins. Lethal at the back post and great with his feet for a big man. Brightsaw heads it forward. Bees have it on the halfway line. Here's Osadebe. He's actually out-muscled by the diminutive Mauro Valletti.
It's what Mauro does, to be fair to him.
Mauro Valletti's strength defies his size. And here come Hemel Hempstead down this left-hand side. Matejko, though, does actually pretty well to lean on his man and win the ball back. And here's Collins and Hartigan playing a little interchange in their own half. Ball played across the centre, but that's really loose. And here comes Aziz inside the penalty area. Goes for the shot on the near post. And did Evans get a touch to that? It looks like he did. He was never going to get beaten at his near post again. And once again, Aziz proving probably Hemel's most dangerous player on the right-hand side, and forces a half-decent save out of Owen Evans. One you'd expect him to make, and it's a corner to the Tudors on the far side, which it looks like Mauro Valletti is going to take. So it's going to be Valletti, right-footed delivery. Collins with a brilliant header out. Hemel still have it though, and it's back with Maravaletti on the far side. He can get another cross, and he does. It's headed away once again by the Bees. Bright Saul was caught on his heels as Hemel retained possession there, and it's the referee has blown for half time. Hemel Hempstead took the lead relatively early on, thanks to a weird goal, quite frankly, from Darian Dowrich, catching Owen Evans out at his near post with his left foot. Owen Evans was expecting the ball to sort of come in, be whipped in, but it went to the near post and caught him completely cold. Barnet did find the equaliser thanks to an Anthony Hartigan special, a brilliant free kick, quite a central one, just off slightly right, and he found the top right-hand corner. Brilliantly did Anthony Hartigan, and only moments ago Barnet took the lead thanks to Reece Brown scoring once again from a really lethal move, pass and move. Ryan Glover pulled it back brilliantly for Brown, who slotted his right-footed finish past Michael Johnson, a low finish into the bottom right-hand corner. And the score at half-time here at Vauxhall Road is Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 2, and when we return we will take you through the second half lineup very shortly. So we will see you for the second half in 15 minutes. Welcome back to our coverage. We are underway for the second half of Hemel Hempstead against Barnet. It is 2-1 to the Bees. And I can tell you now, the second half 11, we've got a trialist, goalkeeper. Got Romany Critchlow, Nick Tavares, Joe Rye, Ryan Galvin, Mark Shelton, another trialist, Carnu, a couple more trialists, and Zach Bruns. So it's going to be a bit awkward going. Here comes trialist, back to trialist. So we'll have to find a way.
The beauties of pre-season.
We'll go by shirt numbers. And interestingly, Hemel have actually changed their kit.
Yeah.
Any particular reason for that?
I'm not quite sure why they've changed their kit, to be honest with you. Slightly annoying they've changed their kit. I have an issue with Finley Wilkinson wearing number 5 up top as well. When does a striker wear number 5?
We don't actually have the second half 11 from Hemel yet. They haven't put it on their social media channel, so we'll give you that news when we get it. But here it's the trialist keeper now for the Bees, out to Critchlow.
Shame we're not seeing Hawkins play today, up against his old team as well.
Loose touch from the trialist again, and here come Hemel now with the number 9. Critchlow is all over him though, and here's number 18 for Hemel Hempstead. In comes the cross, decent delivery, but it's headed away well by Joe Rye. And here come Hemel now with the 21 on the left-hand side. Oh, that's a loose pass. But Hemel still come away with it now. Poor ball down the left-hand side, and it's out for a throw-in to the Bees on the halfway line. Carnu takes one of his familiar dodgy throw-ins. He did get a foul throw at Hitchin, I remember. Had to roll my eyes at that one, to be honest. He's been caught on that so many times. He's got away with so many of them as well. Just get him in throw-in training.
Yeah.
Here's Tavares.
Another one that extended their contract over the summer, and it's almost like a new signing. Getting Tavares' contract done is massive for us. Rolls Royce, you would say, as a centre back.
Yeah, Romany Critchlow had the same description as well after joining.
It's good to have a lot of Rolls Royces.
Yeah,
Can't be a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, you need a few Rolls Royces to make a jet, don't you? So that could be a phrase, couldn't it?
100%.
There's a few Rolls Royces short of a jet. Just seen Alex walk past us, the foundation manager at Barnet. Make sure you get yourself down to Community Day. He's done a really good job of organising everything, has Alex, so make sure you repay him the favour by popping down. There's free food, it's all free, inflatables and everything, so get yourself down there. Here comes the trialist attacker for the Bees. Here's Shelton with a pocket of space. It tries to find the trialist, but Hemel win it back inside the penalty area. Bees number 9 looking lively. Down to, is that Wilkinson? On the right hand side, it is, number 5. And you just know, as we said earlier, that Wilkinson will probably put in some sort of Messi-esque performance today as he joins the Tudor on a permanent basis. Poor touch from the Bees trialist in his own area, but he does well to win it back. He's got sort of bleached blonde hair. That's what it looks like to me, unless he's naturally like that. Number 40. And we'll try a ball down the left-hand flank, but it goes out of play. JC followed up on my question about Ollie Hawkins. He said Hawkins is very injury prone, get manhandled when he does play. Decent squad player. I won't comment on Osadibi, another ex-Gill or Jill. Fair enough. It's a game of opinions, as they say. So let's see how it turns out for the Bees. I think Hemel are actually lining up a change here. And number 12 is coming on for them. Number 18 is coming off.
812.
812.
Thank you to everyone in attendance here today, and we thank you for donating to the Sarcoma UK and supporting the Spencer McCall charity game.
Back with the Bees trialist now, goalkeeper. And here comes Mark Shelton right out from the back, carrying the ball forward. Plays a square ball over to the left with Critchlow back to Shelton. Hemel trying to contain him. Back with Critchlow now. Here's Galvin on the left-hand side, driving forward, gets past his man really well. Great run from Ryan Galvin. Forced backwards though, and it's Shelton now on this left-hand side on the halfway line. Back with Critchlow in his own half. Square to Tavares. And now Critchlow again. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of an understanding those two will get this season.
Galvin is someone that really interests me so far this season. I mean, in the pre-season game against Hitchin, just looks someone really athletic, looks like he can really get up and down that side, looks like he's got a really good delivery on him, a good composure. Someone we needed in that position as well, obviously after losing Coke at the end of the season. He's moved on to Ebbsfleet now.
Shelton with a heavy touch in the Hemel penalty area, and it goes out for a goal kick to the Tudors. Still Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 2 on 52.5 minutes. Thanks to all who have joined us on the YouTube live stream so far for the Spencer McCall Invitational Trophy. And just seen Ollie Hawkins is actually next to us, and he's not in gear, so it doesn't look like he's going to be involved at all. Trialist goalkeeper for the Bees slices a clearance out for a throw-in to Hemel Hempstead. Taken by their number 2. You'll have to forgive us, there are no names on the back of the shirts, just numbers, and Hemel haven't actually provided us with a team sheet, or and they also haven't posted their lineup for the second half on social media. So numbers will have to do for now, I'm afraid. Cutting edge reporting here. Hemel have a throw inside the Barnet half with their number 2. Shelton is in quickly, and he's been tripped as he tried to tackle his man. He's prevented from taking the quick free kick, but he does finally get it towards Brunt. Brunt tries a ball down the right-hand side towards Carnu. Is he going to get there? Yes, he will. He's done well there as Carnu, really well. And he's just on the byline here. Can he pull one back? Can Carnu? Just couldn't get the final cross right. Brilliant work, though, from Idris Carnu, right on the byline, showing some excellent strength and pace there. Good work from Carnu, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did really well. You were kind of going nowhere, and then he just burst of energy, just managed to, and strength as well, to get past his player.
Brunt raises his hand. He's going to whip one in with his left. Galvin heads it back where it came from. Carnu rescues it and gets it back out to Zach Brunt. It was a bit of a high lofted corner, but it's back now. Here's a Bees trialist just on the edge of the area. He's going to line up a long shot here. He doesn't quite get hold of it though, but it's come out on the right hand side with Carnu. Whips a brilliant cross in, and I think that was the Bees trialist there who got his head to it but couldn't quite get the header on target, and it's a goal kick. It was the Bees trialist, number 9. And it's a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead, but Carnu showing his quality so far in the second half of football here. He's come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he?
Oh, he's second half of that season in particular, last season, he was so important. Another one that's now signed a new contract with the EFL interest, so to get him tied up as well just shows where we're going as a football club, hopefully.
Hemel try a ball forward, and he's in behind here actually, just inside the penalty area, up against Tavares. Dinks one in towards the back post, and the number 8 heads it into the side netting, but that was a decent attack there from Hemel Hempstead. But the header found the side netting, just couldn't, the angle was just a bit too tight to get it back across that goal or even into the near post. But again, a decent opening there for the Tudors, but it is still Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 2. Jim asks where the trialists are. I can tell you that the trialist is a goalkeeper, or a trialist in the defensive midfield position alongside Shelton, number 40, and we've got a trialist in the number 10 role as well, but we'll come back to that. And here comes Galvin just inside the penalty area, pulls one back, it's cleared away, and the trialist number 9 couldn't quite keep his effort down just on the edge of the area, and it lifts over the bar, but a decent attack once again from the Bees. Anyway, back to the trialist situation. There is a trialist number 9 up front, a trialist number 10, one in the defensive midfield, double pivot alongside Mark Shelton, and the trialist goalkeeper. So four trialists on the pitch. And the rain is sort of lashing down now, out of nowhere. I say out of nowhere, it was drizzling a bit earlier on, but we're not used to this kind of weather. It's been positively tropical, hasn't it, recently?
Honestly.
Or exotic. Then again, tropical is wet as well.
We're in July, and it is absolutely hammering it down.
It's played back to the Hemel Hempstead shot stopper. He's taking his time to bring the ball back out. Goes long, but it's going to be an easy one for Critchlow. And there's a Hemel Hempstead fan here.
It's actually the chairman.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, it's still a fan.
It is true.
Yeah. Who's getting rather irate about some moments there, despite it being a friendly. There's clearly no such thing as a friendly for the Hemel Hempstead chairman. Hemel have it in their own half now, and they go back to their goalkeeper. Long ball played forward. Critchlow's going to probably win that header against Finley Wilkinson, which he does. Shelton's going to pick up the loose ball. He is tackled, but it is out for a Barnet throw. And there's a bit of a cold breeze coming through now as well. What's going on? It's like winter. Finley Wilkinson has the ball now, but he's miscontrolled it, and it's going to come back to the trialist goalkeeper. That's it looked like a poor ball out initially, sort of a low ball through the middle, but Brunt controls it brilliantly, and here is Brunt now. Galvin makes a good run. So, I beg your pardon, it wasn't Galvin. It's a trialist. And here is Nick Tavares now.
I think Brunt's going to have a massive impact next season. We know the quality he brings, but I think actually us stepping up the levels actually makes it easier for him. And like I said, I think we'll find ourselves with more space next season with how teams might play against us. They'll be more willing to attack us, unlike last season where teams kind of sat in, and I think Bunty will thrive from that.
Will play out from the back. Long ball now played down the right channel. The number 8 is chasing Ryan Galvin. Is Galvin probably going to see this one out or turn around? He's been pulled back in the process. Great defensive work there from Ryan Galvin. Another Halifax lad. It's a bit of a Halifax clique, I think, in the Barnet squad. You've got Scott High, Galvin, Adam Senior, all sitting with each other.
No, it's good for them that they come in and they all know each other as well. I think that helps them settle in as well, knowing boys already in the squad. So it's good for them.
Monkey Plays says, when is iFollow released? As I said earlier in the commentary, there will be news on that soon. You'll have to bear with us. Work is going on behind the scenes with regards to the streaming solution going forward. Obviously, things changing with EFL regulations and things like that, so we will let you know as soon as we have news on that. Just please bear with us, don't worry, you will be informed the moment we have an update for you on that. Here's Carney on the right hand side. Now Brunt driving forward. He's looked pretty lively as well, just on the edge of the centre circle in the Hemel half. Now Critchlow short into the trialist. Good, well, I was going to say good first time ball, but it isn't. And the trialist puts the ball out for a throw in. So I'm not going to call him trialist anymore. I'm actually going to call him number 40 because we don't know what trialist we're talking about then, do we? So that was the number 40 there alongside Shelton who put the ball out. And Hemel are going to make another change here. Number 10 is coming off. Beg your pardon, number 10 is coming on. And their number 21 is making his way off. They've finally posted their second half team sheet. Have Hemel, so I can give you names now for the Hemel players.
Field is number 21, Joe White, and coming onto the field is number 10, Rio Deal.
You might have heard that. Joe White has come off. Here come Hemel in behind though, and there's an opportunity for them to equalise here, but he's just got it wrong there. The number 10, and the number 10 actually isn't on the team sheet at all. So again, we don't know who the number 10 is for Hemel. Here's Ryan Galvin. Oh, brilliant back heel from the number 9 trialist, but that's excellent defensive work from Devontae Stanley to nip that attack in the bud. But that was a touch of class there from the number 9 trialist for the Bees. Here's Critchell. I beg your pardon. Here's the number 9 trialist here. And now trialist as well. Back heels it really well to Brunt. Great block. That looked destined for the bottom corner, but it was a really good block on the line almost to stop that going in. And that was a good interchange there from the trialist and Zach Brunt. Anyway, here comes a resulting corner. It's right up to the back post. Tavares rose for it, couldn't get any meaningful contact on it, and Hemel Hempstead win the ball back now. And they could launch a counter-attack with a long ball here, but it's too long, and the trialist goalkeeper sweeps up well, but his clearance with his left foot is poor, and it goes out for a Hemel Hempstead throw. Here's Stanley for Hemel Hempstead with the throw-in just on this near side. Bellow couldn't get hold of it for Hemel, and Critchlow won it back. Here's Mark Shelton now for the Bees, wearing the number 38 shirt. Here's Joe Rye across to the right with Idris Khan, who's still in the Hemel half, just approaching that halfway line, is forced backwards. And his pass is loose there. It's really well intercepted, and Hemel can come forward here. There's an opportunity to get a shot away on the edge of the box. It was George Williams with the shot, but a really good block in the end. And here comes Ryan Galvin for the Bees. Plays one first time forward towards Barnet's number 9. But he couldn't get hold of it, and Hemel win it back.
Tavares always finds himself in the right position to block stuff. He's always in the right position.
Just a really intelligent defender.
Just always there.
Still Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 2 as we approach the 65th minute here at Vauxhall Road. Not too much action to note so far in the second half. Probably the closest these have come was Zach Brunt, whose shot was blocked on the line. But here come Hemel, played forward towards Bellow. Bellow into Wilkinson. Wilkinson, has he tripped or slipped? And actually, he's conceded a foul, has Finlay Wilkinson, much to the dismay of the Hemel Hempstead faithful here. And the Bees take a short free kick, and here's Ryan Galvin back to Critchlow. Now Tavares. Here's Rye, back with Tavares again. Are you noticing any patterns or differences in this second half so far?
There's a lot of trialists, obviously, in this side, which makes it difficult. But you get the back three is interesting. Obviously, they're all part of us. Rye, I'd imagine Joe Rye might go out on loan with how many players we've got in at centre back this season. It'll be good to get him another development loan. Hopefully, top end of the National League this time, because he went out on loan for the National League South quite a lot last season. So you hope maybe he can get a loan out into the National League. But it's good to see some of the players getting some more minutes, I guess.
Ball play forward, and it's intercepted well there. Hemel Hempstead have it back in their own half. Ball played down the right-hand channel. Critchlow heads it forward towards Ryan. Galvin megs his man on the halfway line. Let's try something clever, but it didn't work out. And it's out for a Hemel throw just on the halfway line. He's a big boy, is Ryan Galvin, isn't he?
Yeah. Could bring a different threat at that back post going into the season. Might see a lot of headers at the back post from Galvin. Just brings a different dynamic to the side.
Throw in taken down the right hand side for Hemel. Critchlow heads it back up. Trialist heads it away. Ball is hooked forward. Tavares will probably see this out. It's actually managed to stay in somehow, and they've both gone tumbling over on the right by the byline. And hopefully Tavares is okay. Looks like he might have just took a bit of an impact to the head. And I think it might be a Hemel Hempstead corner. Again, difficult to see from this vantage point. It's a proper old school ground, really, apart from the AstroTurf. Got the dugout in the way. I think it is a Hemel corner, which is going to be taken by George Williams. Floats one in with his right. And I think it was a Jai there, coming in with a header, and Critchlow did really well actually to block that header getting on target. And it's going to be another corner for Hemel Hempstead, but good defensive work there from Romany Critchlow.
Yeah, just could put his head in just before the Hemel centre back and divert it out for another corner.
Upminster Boreham says, come on you bees from Lanzarote. Wouldn't mind being there. I mean, it's been hotter than Lanzarote probably recently here, but today specifically. So it's a corner to Hemel Hempstead. Whipped in, it's a bit flappy there from the trialist goalkeeper, and it's back into the middle. A Jai with the header. Looked like he might have pushed Tavares anyway, but it's out for a Barnet goal kick. But that Jai, he's a giant, really in that final third. But it's going to be a goal kick to be taken by the Bees trialist goalkeeper. Looks like Tavares is actually going to take it, and he might do the classic roll it to the goalkeeper so that he can move forward. Punt one long. Hemel lining up another change. It looks like Ajay is coming off. And number 3 is coming on. Again, we don't have a team sheet, so we don't know. They haven't put the subs on the team sheet graphic, so your guess is as good as mine, Sam.
Yeah, I'm not an expert, unfortunately, on Hemel's players.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive us, I'm afraid. This is pre-season friendly coverage, kind of cobbled together.
Substitution for the Tudors coming off the field is number 4, Kyle Ajay.
We're also in pre-season, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the Wild West. You know, trialists here, people that won't be there, etc. Numbers haven't been sorted. Anyway, Bees have a throw in the Hemel half. Galvin will take it, throws it back to Romany Critchlow, who also has a decent frame as well. I think he's 6'2". So there's some good height in that back line. You've got Ollie Hawkins as well on the bench. I say on the bench, he's not dressed at all, so he definitely won't be involved. Here comes Rye on the right-hand side into the number 40 for Barnet.
Really good football.
Oh, commentator's curse there, just on the halfway line. Kanu couldn't control it. And it's out for a Hemel Hempstead throw right on the halfway line. Ball was played down the right-hand channel for Hemel. Romany Critchlow intercepted it and was fouled in the process. Good defensive work from Critch. And it's a free kick for the Bees on this near side, well in their own half. Here's Tavares. Back to the trialist goalkeeper. Back with him again. Left-footed ball played towards the number 9. That's a great chest down, and he had so much space to do that, and Barnet can launch an attack here. Here's Ryan Galvin across to the trialist number 34, but that's a poor ball from him, although they have managed to get it back out wide to Idris Kanu in towards the middle. Trialist almost got his head on it, but Hemel can now launch a counter-attack here, and it's 2 against 1 now, and he's through on goal here, and Hemel Hempstead have a man over as well, and that is absolutely incredible defensive work there from Joe Rye. What a recovery challenge that is. It looked like it should have been a certain goal. I mean, their attacker did take a while. He might have released it earlier to the player coming on the right-hand side, but Joe Rye with an outstanding recovery challenge there.
Unbelievable from Joe Rye. He could have easily given that one up, but kept on going, tracked all the way back, and actually ended up winning the goal kick.
Just brilliant work from Joe Rye, and I mean, Dean Brennan obviously thinks a lot of him anyway, but I think he's just gone up in everyone's estimations even further because of that. That's an excellent piece of defending there when it looked like he had no right to get back there. So fantastic there from Joe Rye. Long ball played forward by the trialist goalkeeper, but it's too long and it's going to fall all the way back for the Hemel Hempstead goalkeeper. Again, there's been precious little goal-mouth action. If anything, I would say Hemel might have had the clearer of the opportunities, certainly of late.
Especially in the second half. It's been a bit, to be fair, the second half has been a bit 50-50. And you would say Hemel have probably slightly edged it.
Yeah, and just to epitomise this game, the goalkeeper, our trialist goalkeeper, hit the ball all the way to their keeper, and their keepers just hit the ball all the way back to our keeper. So it's been quite the second half again. Has not been a particularly amazing spectacle, but anyway, we still try and entertain you regardless. Here comes Idris Kanu on the right-hand side. Now with a trialist. Has he managed to win a throw? Yes, he has, on the far side. Throw-in taken back to Rye, who's been really, really good so far. Here come Hemel though, trying to launch another counter-attack, and the ball is played over to the right-hand side now with their number 8, Orofe Bello, up against Critchlow. What can he do here? Tries to cut inside, but a really good piece of recovery there. And it's Zach Brunt doing his defensive duties, which we don't always see from Brunty.
So, no, I've spoken to Brunty a few times, and he actually loves that side of the game as well. When he gets stuck into it and he really feels like he wants to, he loves that side of the game.
Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 2, still no change from the half-time scoreline here at Vauxhall Road. It's still 1 goal in it. Hemel did take the lead from a very disappointing moment from Owen Evans. Caught it at his near post from a very, very strange cross. And the Bees are going to make another change here, and it looks like another trialist is coming on, number 37, with a very ginger hair. Diagonal play towards Shelton. Can he get it under control? Not quite. And it's going to fall kindly now for the Hemel Hempstead goalkeeper. But of course, Barnet did regain, gain the lead, equalising from an Anthony Hartigan top bins free kick. And Reece Brown putting the Bees in front from a good move. Here come the Tudors now. looking to launch another attack. Here's Williams, over to Bello. Can he keep it in? Pulls it back. Tavares is in the way. And Galvin with some really good work there against Williams to bring it forward now. Plays it forward towards the number 37 trialist. Over towards number 9 trialist for the Bees. Inside the penalty area. Bit of a heavy touch though. And he's overrun that. And that's disappointing there from Barnet's number 9. Here's Stanley for Hemel in their own half. Williams tries a first time ball over to their number 3. Up against Critchlow on the near side. Plays it back to Matthews Lewis for Hemel. Here's Matthews Lewis just on the edge of the right hand box. Pulls it back and there was no one there, and now there's a big opportunity here for Barnet to launch a counter-attack. Loads of space to come forward. He plays it, does the number 37 trialist over to the right with Zach Brunt. The attack is slowed down a bit, but he's got Idris Kanu in support instead. Goes back to number 37. Oh, and it's Mark Shelton in so much space. He almost had too much time there. He almost had too much time. He just needed to smash that, but he wanted to get it under control, and the Hemel Hempstead defender blocked the shot, and it's out for a Barnet throw, which they take quickly. Here's Shelton now on this near side, well inside the Hemel half. Now number 40 for the Bees. Loose pass, and Hemel win it back. Could they launch a counter? Tavares gets something on it, and he's surely been dragged down. Brilliant defensive work from Tavares, and Finley Wilkinson put the ball in the back of the net from about 40 yards out, but play had stopped. Bit cheeky that from Finley Wilkinson. In a normal game, you'd probably get booked for that.
Yeah, can't be kicking the ball away anymore. Part of the new rules.
Here's Brunt, now Kanu, inside the Hemel half on the right-hand side. Good interchange between Brunt and Kanu. Kanu gets the crossing first time with his right, and the number 9 rises for it, but again just cannot get his header on target, and it goes well over the bar and out for a Hemel Hempstead goal kick. It's just not quite clicked in the second half. Lots of trialists on the pitch as well. Clearly players that still need to work a lot of stuff out.
Yeah. You can see it happened in the last game as well against Hitchin, and it's kind of similar here. But again, it's good for the boys to get minutes, just to get some game time. I'm sure they'll look back on this game and show some of the stuff they did well, or some of the stuff they didn't do quite as well, and it'll be good for them.
Here's Kanu. Brilliant work from Kanu around the middle of the pitch, and he almost comes away with it, but Semakula did really well for Hemel to stop any meaningful progress, and it's back now with Joe Rye, who's venturing forward, plays it to Mark Shelton. Shelton, what can he do now inside the Hemel half? Didn't get the conviction on the pass towards Zach Brunt, and Hemel win it back in midfield again. A bit loose in possession, the Bees, and we're so used to seeing them sort of dominate, have 90% of the ball, but it just hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and as we keep saying, it's pre-season, so you'd hope that they get it all out now, just build themselves up for the season, for a season in League 2.
Indeed, it's going to be really interesting to see how the Bees fare in the EFL. Obviously, there's an assumption from Dean that it's going to be like playing a top 10 team every week, and he may well be right about that, but I suppose you'll only find out by playing.
I think the excitement of just being back in the Football League is so big for the club and for the players and the management. They fully deserve after what they did last season. Historic season last season.
Yeah, just hoping to ride the wave of momentum, I would think. Here's Stanley for Hemel. Back with Bello. Inside the Barnet half on the right-hand side. And it's into Williams. And he's fed Wilkinson. Wilkinson pulls it back, and an excellent sliding challenge there by Nick Tavares. Gets it out for a corner. He slid across heroically there. That was good play in the end from Hemel Hempstead inside the box, but Tavares doing what Tavares does and snuffs out the danger.
Just a magnet to the ball, Nick Tavares is.
He so rarely makes a mistake. I think the only one I can think of was Sutton with the handball. And what time to make a mistake as well. But such a reliable Rolls Royce of a player. Dean Brennan gave him a new contract. They gave Nick Tavares a new contract, even though he still had, I think, a year or two left.
Yeah.
In comes the resulting corner. It's headed away by the number 9, actually, for Barnet. And now they have a chance to launch a counter-attack with the 37 trialist for the Bees. And it's played to Idris Kanu on the left-hand side, but again, it's good recovery work there from Hemel. From Hemel's number 3. And Kanu couldn't get onto it. Hemel have it in the middle of the park now, just inside their own half. It's played forward first time by Williams to absolutely nobody, and it's going to come all the way for the Barnet trialist. Goalkeeper. Oh, and here come Hemel. It's been given away, and it's Williams. Again, Tavares is in the way. Again, you just think he has no right to get in the way of certain shots. He's just such a class player.
The fact keep repeating, the fact that we've extended his contract, he could be playing League One, I think.
Well, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone, come on. Anyone listening, any scouts listening,
he's rubbish.
Sam Fresco does not know what he's talking about. Anyway, it is a corner to Hemel Hempstead on the far side. Apologies if it hasn't been the world's most entertaining commentary today. It has just been one of those games that hasn't quite lit up, certainly in the second half. Anyway, here comes the corner. Again, Tavares is away, and here comes the Hemel number 9 just on the edge of the area. 2 blocks there, one from Joe Rye to stop the Hemel shot coming in. Hemel still have the ball, but they've given it away cheaply to Barnet's number 37, who is I mean, that's a booking. That's a booking, but the referee's not giving it. He just cynically pulled his man back. No attempt to win the ball. I know it's a friendly, but you know,
rules are rules.
The integrity of the game. Anyway, here comes Critchlow now for the Bees from the resultant free kick, and the rain has stopped, and a pocket of blue sky has appeared. Here's Critchlow. Inside his own half, decides to go long down the left channel. Brunt manages to win the second ball, plays it up in the air towards trialist number 37, but his header is loose and it just goes out for a Hemel throw. Wilkinson flagged offside for Hemel. And it's a free kick for the Bees. Just a few minutes left. 84th minute. It's Hemel Hempstead 1, Barnet 2. All the goals coming in the first half, much like Hitchin. And the second half is yet to alight. Critchlow, a bit of a dodgy touch with his left there, but manages to get it under control the second time of asking. It's played back to the Barnet trialist goalkeeper. Controlled well by the Barnet's number 9. Here's Idris Kanu on this near side, plays it infield to Brunt. Brunt gets it over to the right-hand side now for the Bees.
Galvin out there.
And it's Galvin on the right now. Galvin, can he get a cross in? He's crowded out, but he has, I think, won a corner. Yes, he has on that far side. And, they have switched over Idris Kanu and Ryan Galvin. Just keeping Hemel on their toes, I guess.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go. Game still in the balance.
Be nice if the Bees are to get a third goal. It'd be the exact same scoreline as last season's pre-season friendly here at Vauxhall Road. In comes the corner with a left foot. It's Shelton just on the edge. Thought about the spectacular, but instead calms it. Oh, that's poor from the number 37 trialist. And Hemel can launch a counter-attack now. Here's Bello. Bello plays it across. to the number 10, but it's too long for him. He manages to get it back to Matthews Lewis. Matthews Lewis has scored for Hemel Hempstead, and it's 2-2 here. And that all came from a misplaced pass in the middle of the park from Barnet's number 37 trialist. And Hemel Hempstead have punished the Bees there. A good finish from Matthews Lewis with his right foot into the far corner. And it's Hemel Hempstead 2, Barnet 2, with a few minutes still to play.
Goal for the Tudors, scored by number 9, Miller Matthews Lewis.
Disappointing though, Fresk.
Yeah, no, it was. We can only get the ball away just in midfield. One of the trialists, unfortunately, gives the ball away. And they count on us. We kind of clear the danger, but it comes back onto the edge of the box, and he's just tucked it in, put it right into the top right-hand corner. And yeah, it's a good finish, to be fair. 5 minutes to go. It's now 2-2.
So we're underway again. And friendly or not, it's obviously disappointing to concede any goal. And I'm sure Dean will be a little disappointed with the manner of that goal. Just a bit of loose possession play in the middle of the pitch. Can either side find a winner here in this thriller? It's not been a 2-2 game anyway. It's over the top here, and there's another opportunity for Hemel, and the trialist goalkeeper just deals with it in the end. But the referee's given a free kick to Barnet. And again, loose possession play there, overly casual, especially from the trialist goalkeeper. Zach McLeod is asking, does it go to penalties? That is a brilliant question.
I have no idea.
That's a brilliant question. Let's ask somebody. Nick, does the game go to penalties? No, we've just asked someone else in the media box, and they also don't know. So, cutting edge reporting once again. Here's Idris Kanu for Barnet on the right hand side. Now Zach Brunt. Back to Kanu again. Here's Rye. All in the Hemel half now. Can the Bees find a winner here in the Spencer McCall Invitational Trophy? 88 minutes gone, and it's 2-2 here. Here's Kanu on the far side. Goes infield to Zach Brunt. Here's Shelton. Brunt in towards the middle. It's a long one, and it's going to be rescued now by Galvin, who's moved back over to the left. Here's number 37, and number 37 for Barnet has struggled, I think, a bit in the game so far. Tavares, a judge to have tackled his man fairly. Then there, number 3 looked like he might have been felled. But Hemel come away with it now inside the Barnet half. Could they find a winner here on home soil? Back over to the left-hand side here. Can they get a crossing with Finlay Wilkinson? In it comes. No one gets on the end of it, and I think it's going to trickle out either for a goal kick or a throw-in deep in the Barnet half, right by the corner flag.
I don't think we've lost a pre-season game in 3 seasons, I think it was. Got a record to uphold.
Got, of course, the incredible home record as well to uphold. I still can't believe that Barnet haven't been beaten at the Hive since Chesterfield. And that was in 2024. Anyway, long ball. And we're not talking about Solihull, by the way. We don't talk about Solihull. That's the first rule. Here comes Zach Brunt. Tries a ball forward. Hemel just about intercept it. And they can come forward now in midfield, just on that left-hand side with Semakula. Still Semakula, allowed to run all the way into the Barnet penalty area on the left-hand side. Cuts inside, but that's a good tackle from Barnet's number 40. And he can come away with the ball now, and he's got a couple of options as he keeps driving forward. He's got Kanu to the right, who he finds. Kanu, a few Barnet players jogging forward in support. Kanu up against the Hemel number 11. Kanu is fouled fairly by Kyron Wiltshire, and it's a corner kick as we go past the 90th minute mark Could the Bees find a dramatic late winner here in the Spencer McCall Trophy?
Can take it.
In comes the resulting corner, headed up and away by the Hemel number 9, and the referee calls for full time here. Now, whether that's the end of the game, we don't know. The players are shaking hands, so someone's got to win the trophy. There is an actual physical trophy.
It might be a draw. Might be a draw. Both teams get the trophy.
Full time here at the Focus Community Arena.
Well, it has finished. 2-2.
A massive thank you to everyone in attendance here today, and we thank everyone for donating to
I think that's it.
I think we share the cup.
I think that's it. The cup is shared. The cup is shared. No penalty shootout. That's a shame, actually. I would have quite liked that. But it has finished Hemel Hempstead 2, Barnet 2. A relatively even game in the end. Hemel more than doing justice to the fixture. And the spoils are shared today. Hemel did take the lead in strange circumstances at the near post. Owen Evans was beaten really disappointingly. And Barnet equaliser Anthony Harskins free kick. On the other end of the pitch, brilliant top bins free kick. They took the lead through Reece Brown, who slotted his finish calmly into the bottom right corner. And nothing much happened in the second half, to be honest, in terms of goal math action, but Hemel Hempstead did manage to find an equalising goal, capitalising on a mistake in the middle of the pitch and punishing the Bees from a counter-attack with a good shot into the far corner. And the game has finished Hemel Hempstead 2, Barnet 2. What do you make of that, Fresk?
Yeah, no, listen, it was, again, it's all about getting minutes into the boys' legs. They'll be disappointed to see that goal at the end, but, you know, like I said, it's all about minutes and getting players to the system, the new boys into it, learning each other's games. And still unbeaten in pre-season for 3 seasons.
Did anyone stand out to you at all?
I thought Osade being high in the first half were really impressive. I thought they really stood out. Second half, it was a bit difficult to get into it. Joe Wyatt and Tavares probably stand out in the second half, I think, for me. But particularly in the first half, I thought Osade being high played really well.
Well, it has finished, of course, 2-2. All ticket proceeds today have gone to Sarcoma UK, the rare bone cancer charity. And obviously this fixture is in memory of Spencer McCall, so obviously all of us here at Barnet wish the very best to Spencer's family, friends and family, after he sadly passed away in 2021, losing his brave battle against Ewing sarcoma. So rest in peace, Spencer McCall. Thanks very much to everyone for joining our YouTube live coverage. Stay tuned for any further updates and any further coverage we'll be giving you. Sorry if it wasn't the incredible spectacle that it could have been, but we got 4 goals in the end somehow.
Yeah.
And we hope that we've been able to somewhat keep you entertained on this Saturday afternoon. So take care, everyone. Thanks once again to all who joined us, and we'll see you next time. Take care.